Hey everyone, welcome back with Mac, where today we're gonna continue our playthrough of Plants vs. Zombies Replanted on the Nintendo Switch. And we're doing the second half of the the 5 levels, the latter half, the 6 through 10s of course. And yeah, as you can tell, we already have a new enemy type here. We got the digger zombie. The digger zombie, notice how I said that with a D. Well, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. But anyway, so as you can tell, well, I mean, I already mentioned we already have a new enemy type, so he's a very interesting character, and one of the most unique zombies in the game, honestly. Just with his ability alone, you'll be able to see what it does. Of course, it's the type of ability where they had to give us the new plant type before the level began. And yeah, there's only really 2 ways to combat him, and we got the split P, and you're gonna see why that is. The only thing I kind of don't really like about certain plants around this time of the game is you'll kind of notice that they only exist to battle specific enemies and stuff like that. Like the Gravedigger is one of those, but like I feel like with the Gravedigger it's optional. But obviously, the cactus, you can at least use that, in any level you want. It doesn't just have to be balloon zombies. But the split P, yeah, yeah, he's worthless any other time, right? There's no other really cool reason to have him. I think he might actually show up in more Vase breaker levels, which I guess that's pretty cool. But yeah, for the most part, you will never use the split P, unless if the digger zombie is here, right? And I don't really like if that's kind of like how the plants are, right? I like the best plants are the ones that are multi-purpose. But as you can tell, this guy just pops up out of nowhere. Boy, this is actually kind of bad. I did not expect him to show up this fast. I'm not gonna lie. But as you can tell, he's got a little bit of defense with that helmet he's got on. And yeah, that's his whole thing. It's the good news is, as you can tell, I think he is vastly even more, vastly slower than the freaking regular zombies and stuff like that. I always seem to lose my train of thought in these things. But like even then, like you need more than one split P if you want to save whatever plant you have all the way in the back row. It just is how it is, and that's something that always irritates me with the digger zombie and stuff. And it looks like it's another really quick level, just like when the balloon zombie first popped up, and I don't really like that. Not only is it just kind of rob you of a little bit more of that gameplay, but it doesn't really help you, right? Because like, let's say if I just wasn't prepared, like again in the balloon zombie one, and then I'd have to deal with this, digger zombie in another way. But we also have another way of combating him, and that's the starfish. But it, interestingly enough, doesn't look like the digger zombie is here. But the starfish is also, once again, it's not just for the digger zombie. It is such a multi-faceted plant, a unique concept. He's actually a pretty OP plant. Not gonna lie, very OP plant. Oh, actually, no. Now I see the freaking the digger zombie. He's like all in the fog. It almost got me there. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been bad. But yeah, actually, I mentioned about how the fog kind of closes in more closer to as the levels go on, and yeah, I mean, as you can tell, I mean, it definitely happens. I just thought that it would start, the first few squares earlier on in the game, but yeah, it's getting pretty crazy. Fog gets pretty crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's interesting in this level in particular, the fog levels. It seems like a lot of some of the zombies we have been getting really are, you know, like they give us their weakness first because of otherwise you can't defeat them in any other way, which I find to be very interesting. You know, the balloon zombie, they gave us the cactus right before it, and you know, the digger zombie, of course, we got the split pea, so at least we don't have to deal with them in the same level yet. I don't know if we're gonna have to deal with them in 4-8 or 4-9 or something like that, but we'll see. We should be prepared at that point at the very least, though. Gonna put more of these guys down. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the starfish in place here, just so you guys can see how it's tough to see it too, because I mean the fog not only obscures, like the fog levels have to be some of the most boring to watch, I'm sure, just because they completely obscure any action that's going on. So yeah, sorry about that. I don't have the slots to kind of, you know, be able to cover that up for you fellas. So, but we're still gonna try and get a split pea in every lane here. I think also just the split peas for me are more aesthetically pleasing than the starfish. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put them, but with the starfish you kind of usually want to put them in different spots, or you know, columns, whatever, rows. I don't know. Yeah, rows. You're gonna want to put them in different columns. I mean, jeez, I sound like such a moron. Columns are, you know, straight up and down. Rows are, you know, left to right. I know what I'm talking about here. All right. I'm just making myself sound like a goofball here, but we're gonna, you know, I figured why not? We'll put some more of those split peas there and stuff like that, just, you know, get a little extra defense. But we still want the scaredy shrooms in there just for, well, I should probably put, I don't think I have to worry about it too much. Oh, we had a cone head, so I probably should have been worried about it more. Because now he's tearing through my freaking sea shroom defense. Alright. Now with 2 split peas in each area, we should be good to the point where any of those digger zombies that come through, we should be able to take care of them. I was just talking about putting them in separate rows. I'm alright. Breaking my own rules here. But yeah, this will show them. But as you can see, the star fruit, they can literally shoot in 5 different directions, and they're not the type of enemy you want to put in a place that is where it's gonna, because it doesn't shoot in front of itself, you know. I think it does for like if a zombie is literally like right in front of it to the point where it's like pretty much eating it. But other than that, yeah, I mean, obviously that's not gonna kill it because it doesn't have the time. But other than that, like, it shoots in multiple different lanes and stuff. It just has to line up to wherever the zombie is, you know, in comparison to where its actual shooters are and stuff. So, very powerful plant. Oh, what, man? I can't see what these freaking pool zombies are. Put some starfish around here. Oh, yeah, let's see how this works out. Let's see how it works out. Oh, man, he's eating fast. He's eating fast. Oh, he's still got my sunflower. Oh, my lord. That's the power of 4 pea shooters taking him on, and he still gets my god dang sunflowers. That's insane, man. That's knuckin' futz. Gotta be honest with you, that doesn't work for me, brother. That does not work for me. Man, split pea. You trying? That said, though, if I could be serious for 1 minute, figure it's as good a time as any to, you know, open up the question of the day. Right as we got the final wave here of 4-7. And the question of the day here What is your ideal weather? No, that's a goofy one. But hey, it's Miscellaneous Monday, right? We can be a little miscellaneous. Ooh, we saved that sunflower there. So what is your favorite ideal weather, you know? I know there's like, you know, crazy people that love the rain, you know? For one reason or another. They always talk about how they want to go out and splash in the rain. I don't know why. I don't know if they think that that's like a personality or something. But like kids, I can kind of understand, you know, if you got your rain coat on and all that stuff. And your rain boots, you get to splash in the puddles and stuff like that. That's one thing. But I don't know. It's always chicks too. Like it's always like those weird chicks that just kind of want to go out into the rain and splash around and stuff like that. Sprinkling, I don't mind if I'm walking, just because like as long as it's not enough to kind of wet my shirt, but you know still cool me off in the summer heat. I think that's pretty cool. You know, just like a little mist, if you will. But nah, rain. For the most part, it's pretty nice to see thunderstorms and rains outside of the window. I think it's kind of beautiful. The most type of weather to just kind of passively watch. Fog, pretty interesting, I suppose. There was a lot of it when I was living down in West Virginia, in the mornings especially. That's when I usually find a lot of fog. It's just in the mornings when it's interesting because it seems like in a lot of movies it's always at night. I don't really look out at night, you know, too often. But you know, if your ideal weather is a tornado, I don't know why that would be. But to each their own, I guess. I don't even know if that's weather or if it's like more natural disaster or whatever. But obviously, I think most people love sunny days. To me, I think like pretty much every type of weather has its advantages and disadvantages when you think about it. Because I mean, with sunny days, yeah, you know, bright, sunny, everything's blue skies. You gotta love that. But at the same time, obviously, those are usually the hottest days. And on top of that, I don't know. I hate when it is so bright, especially in the morning, man. And I have to go and walk or somewhere. I hate it when it's so bright that like it's just tough to keep my eyes open. And you know, you need sunglasses and all this or that. But I don't know, that's just me. Maybe I just need to touch more grass or something like that. Maybe I don't get out enough on sunny days and that's the issue. My eyes just aren't used to it. I don't know. Oh boy, oh no! Ah, gosh, the Pogo zombies, man. The Pogos. Yeah, that's a tough thing because, you know, you need to have enough people to be able to shoot them down, right? Because that's their whole thing. They jump over people and it makes it difficult to be able to, you know, to be able to kind of kill them when you only have a limited range with those, not the sea shrooms, the, you know, the little mini shrooms. I'm drawing a blank on the name at this point. Ooh, gee, yeah! Got ourselves a diamond. And I'm telling you, those are rare. But they're beautiful. I love that $1,000. There's a lot of stuff you gotta buy in this game, trust me. So any kind of money is appreciated. Oh man, we already got another. Whenever they introduce these new zombies, man, they just don't give me enough time. Oh goodness me. And of course, yeah, I freaking, you know, scrimped on my freaking, you know, pool plants. I almost said ocean plants, for gosh darn sake. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work just because of all the amount of cone heads I have to deal with. Maybe I think it's gonna charge up enough to get my tangleweed. But I just realized I don't even think I actually really answered the question of the day. I kind of listed all the different types of weather. Snow, I really hate. I really do not like snow. And the thing is I don't really mind if it's cold, but I hate when it's snowy. And the thing that I hate more than snowy is ice. Ice is good for nothing, right? I mean, come on. Who enjoys icy weather? Hail. Once again, another weather I just can't imagine anybody liking. Why would you? I mean, I guess if you're a complete jerk and just love to see other people getting hurt by hail or cars getting destroyed by hail, which, you know, rarely happens, you know, but sometimes that stuff gets pretty big, not gonna lie, but, yeah. Not very, ideal weather, but cloudy weather also, you know, I think it's kind of like the sunny where, like, I don't really mind if it's cloudy. I don't really like when it's the gray cloudy, right? And if you live in certain parts of the country, obviously you can't avoid that. You know, I think New York, for example, and New Jersey are pretty gray. I don't think California is. I think California and stuff like that is mostly known for sunny weather. But I think it's good to be like cloudy, just to kind of control that temperature a little bit, as well as make sure it's not too bright. You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's just, you want that good mix, you know, of clouds. You want clouds out, and you also want, you know, the sun out, of course. You know, blue skies and stuff like that. That's kind of my ideal weather right there. You know, and I guess if I had to pick an ideal temperature, I would have to go with, you know, probably the range of 65 to 75. Just because I don't like it too hot in the 80s and stuff like that, you know. Florida, also known for, you know, that sunny weather, but I think it's also known for, like, muggy weather as well. But maybe I'm thinking of, like, you know, kind of more the middle, like Louisiana and Mississippi kind of weather. The South. But, not too sure on that. Haven't really visited all those places, if I'm being honest. I've been to a few different parts of the country, I'm not gonna lie, you know. I've been to New York, I've been to Tennessee, I've been to, you know, West Virginia, I've been to New Jersey, you know, Pennsylvania. Been all over the place, you know what I mean? I'm a decently well-traveled person stuff, lived in a few different areas of the country. But we got 4-9 here going on with us. So like I said, just question of the day. What is your ideal weather? But yeah, we got 4-9 going on here. Looks like we got... I'm surprised this isn't one of the levels that actually has, you know, the 3 flags or whatever. But I think they kind of realized maybe that the fog levels... I think they kind of understand those are the most annoying and difficult kind of levels, but I feel like if they just gave you a little more time during some of these, maybe that was always the issue that I had, and why I always thought it was so difficult, was because they just don't give you the time to kind of build up those plants. But yeah, we're gonna try and use the blower and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I don't know. I mean, the amount of seed slots I have right now, you know, 8 isn't too bad. But, for everything that you need in fog, yeah, I mean, I would like to have had a planter. I would have liked to have the cactus, but I also feel like I need the you know, the blower, right? That's a 2-in-1 for me, so I feel like I kind of save on 2 slots there. You know, I feel like I need the scaredy shrooms and stuff, right? Just because of that early cheapness, and as you can tell, right? I feel like we needed it because they're kind of really sending out the gauntlet here. I think even if like they get behind you with the blower too, you know, the convenience of they still get blown away, the balloon zombies, so. Oh boy, now we got Pogo head here. And yeah, the magnet shroom, we finally got it, you know, it's probably one of the best plants in the entire game. It is so freaking useful, especially when you have like quite a few, you know. We got the magnet shroom, we got the pumpkin is one of the top tier ones because it's a walnut literally for any plant that you want. And you know, the magnet shroom works so well against, you know, it works against bucket heads, football zombies for some reason, which I feel like, I mean, maybe at one point in time, I'm not really the biggest football fan, but like I feel like I thought football helmets were made of plastic, so I don't really understand why that's the case. I'm not complaining about the in-game mechanics in that sense, you know, how they give it to me like that for free, but I really have to wonder what the deal is as to why they get the football zombies, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it was just kind of give you like some sort of advantage against those, you know, jerks. Alright, come on, buddy. Yeah, there you can see. balloon zombies, you know. Could be behind the blower, but you can still get them, just as a demonstration. Yeah, see, I feel like I never get to, get the wand how I want it to be at this point in the fog levels anymore. They just move so fast. But yeah, bucket heads, football zombies, as you've seen, the Pogo zombies, some more zombies later on that we're going to come in contact with. I feel like there's still some other ones I just can't remember off the top of my head, but there's definitely like a lot of zombies Magnus rooms are good for. The digger zombie, for example. Hello, this is your mother. Please come over to my house for meatloaf. Leave your front door open and your lawn unguarded. Sincerely, Mom. Not the zombies. Like how it's interesting that my front door open, not my back, but okay. Why'd it get so dark all of a sudden? This can't be good. Oh well, hope you survived the night. Oh, thanks, Dave. Kinda have to wonder what goes on with Dave. Like, is he fight off the zombies at like the same time as us? Are we the only house that ever gets invaded? Who else, like, you know, invaded the... You know, who else's lawn got invaded, right? We the only guy, me and Dave, the only people in the neighborhood. Also, where did Dave come from? It sounds like, did we just happen to move into this new house that seemed great at first, but now it's like a situation of, you know, like it was just happened to be like the neighborhood that the zombies were invading, and that's why the neighbors moved out, or maybe they got eaten before then, and now, you know, we have to deal with the zombies after they got invaded. I don't know. So many questions to this game that I shouldn't really be asking, but I do want answered. Alright. So that poor... Oh boy, I didn't mean to use that blower. But yeah, this is actually a really crazy, crazy level, I'm not gonna lie. Really interesting concept, I do like it a lot. And it would be interesting if they gave us like a variation of this level where, you know, you actually got to pick your plants and play it in the traditional way. Just for that added extra, you know, bit of challenge and stuff like that, but, I don't know, it's interesting that, like, they don't really have a fog version of just, like, the traditional, you know, conveyor belt level. You know what I mean? Alright, let's see here. It's so tough to see what I've already gotten, you know, where I put the cactus and where I haven't. That said, I at least have the blowers in case of those balloon goofballs show up. But I still want to leave a spot open. Ooh, the Magnus room, great. Alright, let's see here. Another slot, another slot. Ooh, we got two. Alright, we gotta get a Magnus room on this side. I really need a pumpkin for that fella. Come on, hurry up. I gotta be able to see. Yeah, I can't really put anybody there. I guess we could put it there. I don't think that's gonna be the best spot because I think it's not enough time to have the digger be killed, but that said, we also have the starfish in a lot of lanes, so I think that we might be good with that split P being there. Hopefully, I mean, come on, man. What are those? I mean, yeah, what are those freaking starfish for, right? Let's see, where... I think I got it in the Magnus room. Alright, yeah. Okay, somebody... Yeah, oh! Yeah, even the Jack-in-the-Box zombies, even though the Magnus rooms work on those, too. Can't really see it because of the level format, but hey, you get it. Oh, boy. Alright, it's getting backed up, I kind of wish that, like, the blowers, you could use it to kind of, like, get extra, time just to see in this level. But as you can see, that's not how that works, you know. We're not living in Fantasyland. I guess we'll just put that there. Ooh, another magnet with a pumpkin. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I think we're pretty good. We're just kind of waiting for those guys. The digger zombies, like I said, if you have the magnet shroom, you know, they're... What happens is it takes, you know, their hammer or whatever, or axe, actually is what it is, not a hammer. But it takes their axe, and then it, you know, they just kind of rise up from wherever they were, and then they just start walking forward. So I was gonna say they're like the only zombies where like they don't ever like come in contact with a lawnmower, but that's not the case if you use the magnet shroom. And as I said, it's a magnet shroom, which means it's a mushroom, which means you can't really use it during the daytime, unfortunately. Which is too bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because it is definitely one of the best overall weapons or plants in the game. With that said, that's about it for this episode. So thanks so much for watching, and remember to have a great day.